NBC 26 News at 10 starts now. Bomb investigation. The latest tonight after packaged bombs are sent to high-profile targets. Among them, former President Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and CNN. Then President Trump's visit. We're there as the president holds a rally in Mosinee. And NBC 26 Cares Report, selling bracelets to try to help people overseas. Good evening. Thanks for being here. I'm John Erickson. Authorities are investigating suspicious packages sent to high-profile targets. Among the intended recipients, former President Barack Obama, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. No one hurt. NBC's Dan Scheneman has the latest.
Donald J. Trump.
President Trump in front of supporters in Wisconsin after suspicious packages were intercepted, intended for prominent Democrats and critics of the president.
What we cannot do is let our disagreements about matters of policy tear us apart as a country.
The president calling for debate and unity.
We want all sides to come together in peace and harmony. We can do it. We can do it.
On Monday, a package containing a pipe bomb-like device similar to this one was found at the home of Democratic donor George Soros. Tuesday, a suspicious device was sent to former First Lady Hillary Clinton. A day later, a package was sent to former President Obama. A package was sent to former Attorney General Eric Holder, but to the wrong address. Two were sent to Congresswoman Maxine Waters, one discovered at a Los Angeles postal facility. Another was sent to former CIA Director John Brennan at the CNN headquarters in New York. The building was evacuated.
Responding officers identified a device that appeared to be a live explosive device. NYPD bomb squad responded, secured the device, and removed it for investigation.
According to the FBI, the return address on the packages was former Democratic Chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Each one of the intended recipients has been targeted by President Trump. All of the devices are similar.
It's strictly speculative at this time as to whether they were intended to be able to explode or whether the intent was just to create fear, which it certainly has.
Investigators are now searching for a suspect and a motive. Dan Scheneman, NBC News.
And as we saw in that story, President Trump rallying in Wisconsin today, the midterm election less than 2 weeks away now. NBC 26's Eric Kress reports from Mosinee.
The crowd started forming here in Mosinee well before the sun even came up. Now, many of the people here to rally today were from right here in Marathon County, a county that overwhelmingly supported Trump in the 2016 election. President Trump made it clear that he was here today, number one, to endorse Scott Walker for another term as governor, and also to endorse Leah Vootmeer for U.S. Senate. But the president also wanted to make it clear that he condemned the act of potential terrorism that was just talked about today for the first time.
My highest duty, as you know, as president, is to keep America safe. That's what we talk about. That's what we do. The federal government is conducting an aggressive investigation, and we will find those responsible, and we will bring them to justice, hopefully very quickly.
Later in his speech, President Trump called for unity and civility between the Democrats and Republicans, and he ended the rally by encouraging the crowd to go to the polls on November 6th. Keeping you connected in Mosinee, I'm Eric Kress with NBC 26.
As far as Democrats responding to the president's visit, Representative Katrina Shankland and State Treasurer candidate Sarah Godlewski were at the Marathon County Democratic headquarters in Wausau.
They're desperate, they're looking for votes, and frankly, people of Wisconsin they know what's going on, and that's why they trust Democrats. That's why people like Tony Evers have led in the polls for months, people like Tammy Baldwin.
Shankland says that she does have confidence in Democrats in the upcoming midterm election. In other news, the FBI reporting today that a town of Madison man has been arrested after he had a plan to try to kill someone with radioactive material. This man, 30-year-old Jeremy Ryan, has been charged with attempted possession of radioactive material with intent to cause death. Court documents say that in March and October of this year, Ryan tried to buy a lethal dose of a radioactive material through the internet with the intent to kill someone. Today, Ryan was arrested, taken into custody without incident. How about a check of our weather now in Gino? We're ending what could be the sunniest day of the week, so what's coming for us tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow, John, we're going to notice an increase in cloud cover as a storm system will start to work its way in here. Still, temperatures anticipated to be in the lower 50s, so not too bad of a day for your Thursday. But here's the storm system. Lots of cloud cover and rainfall ongoing over the central and northern plains. But for us right now, we're going to enjoy a pretty comfortable and quiet evening, mostly clear skies. Temperatures, they are cooling down into the upper 30s for us, but farther to the northwest, they have dropped down into the lower 30s and upper 20s. I think we'll see an overnight low right around the mid-30s, increasing in cloud cover. I'll talk more about that rainfall potential coming up in a bit.
Gino, thank you. And new developments tonight out of Brown County. The case of a man shot and killed by police at the Brown County Jail. Tonight, the Wisconsin Department of Justice continues an investigation. NBC 26's Ryan Curry has the update.
The Wisconsin Department of Justice says officers from the Green Bay Police Department were making a routine traffic stop Friday evening until they realized the two men they pulled over were wanted on felony charges. The DOJ say Green Bay police took the two people to Brown County Jail, and while inside the Sally Port of the jail, a confrontation happened, causing one of the officers to pull out his gun and shoot the man. Moments after he was shot, officers and paramedics began life-saving measures to try and save him, but he was later pronounced dead at the scene. DOJ officials say an autopsy has been completed on the man who was shot. At this time, they are not releasing his name. The only information provided is that he is a man in his mid-20s. Green Bay Police Chief Andrew Smith talks about the emotion of Friday's event.
Anytime there's a loss of life in the community here in Green Bay, I'm concerned, and I'm concerned about this as well. Not only for the family of the individual who's deceased, but also for our officers. This is a very tough situation for police officers to go to.
Green Bay Police have placed the two officers on administrative leave, which is standard protocol. We reached out to the Department of Justice today for additional comment, and we have not heard back yet. Ryan Curry, NBC 26.
We are continuing to follow the investigation into the death of a 7-year-old boy. Authorities say there is a potential for criminal charges. NBC 26's Regina Ahn has the latest from the newsroom.
The Manitowoc County Sheriff's Office did receive the autopsy report for 7-year-old Ethan Huscholtz, who died 6 months ago, but they're not releasing any information today.
The boy was rushed from the town of Newton to a Manitowoc hospital back in April. His mother told us then emergency crews performed CPR on her son, but he died in the emergency room. Detectives also told us in April Ethan died under suspicious circumstances. Now authorities say they're talking with the DA's office along with the coroner's office about possible criminal charges.
We don't know yet who could face charges and for what actions. We'll be sure to keep you updated on any new information. In the newsroom, Regina Ahn, NBC 26.
New information now on the Jamie Kloss case. As we finish day 10 of the search for her, here's NBC 26's Juliana Falk.
Nearly 1,550 tips have come in, according to the Barron County Sheriff's Department. And they say the last uptick in tips has been due to vehicle locations and sightings. The FBI announcing a $25,000 reward for information directly relating to Jamie's location. Authorities are also asking anyone who was on Highway 8 early Monday morning, October 15th, between 12:30 a.m. and 1:30 a.m. to call the tip line. At the press conference, Jamie's aunt, Jennifer Smith, thanked the community for its love and support and said they will not stop searching for Jamie.
Your family and friends miss you so much. Your sparkling eyes, your bright smile, your soft little giggles. Your dog Molly is waiting for you. She's sleeping in one of your sweatshirts.
She asks anyone with information calls the tip line. The Barron County Sheriff's Department is reminding everyone to report any changes in behavior or information. The number for the tip line is 1-855-744-3879. I'm Juliana Falk, NBC 26.
Coming up here for us on this Wednesday night, a Nina couple's connection to the Philippines is changing hundreds of lives. We show you how in our NBC 26 Cares Report. But first, a live look outside from our Green Bay Tower cam. So just how heavy of a jacket we need for the morning? Gino has your forecast next.
And now, your NBC 26 Storm Shield forecast with meteorologist Gino Recchia.
Well, with clear skies and calm winds, temperatures have cooled down below freezing up towards Mountain, 33 in Anago, 38 in Menominee. Most of us are in the mid and upper 30s, even low 40s in Kewanee right now, and 34 in Sister Bay. Lots of goose eggs out there, so if you do have the light winds, you're seeing a little bit warmer. With calm winds, you're anticipated to see some cooler temperatures overnight tonight, but I'm still thinking winds will be anywhere from calm to as much as 3-5 miles per hour or so. We have a few light clouds also moving in across the area, but most of us should remain mostly clear for the time being. But we are monitoring a new system that'll be marking its way into our direction by about Friday. Tomorrow we'll see the cloud cover ahead of the storm system. Here's that low pressure system. A large unorganized system will be moving into our area, and because this high pressure is shifting off to the east, that's allowing all this moisture and the cloud cover and the rainfall to move eastward as well. Skycast shows that. Here we go overnight tonight. A gradual increase in cloud cover from the west to the east. We'll wake up tomorrow with some partly cloudy skies, and by the afternoon we'll see those clouds thicken, and it doesn't look like we'll see any rainfall. That'll be holding off towards Friday. See all that moisture remaining off towards the west. However, we will be seeing this rainfall continue into the weekend into Monday. This low pressure, very slow moving, will finally move out of the area by Monday. It looks like that's when we'll start to see some dry weather. But as we turn the page towards the middle of the work week, and guess what? Wednesday, it's Halloween. This is the storm system that could bring us rainfall on Halloween, unfortunately. Rainfall amounts, most of that moisture should stay off towards our west. Also could see a little bit of rain here as well, but looks like Friday we'll have a few scattered rain showers. Then Saturday, mostly dry, just an isolated shower possible. Then we'll have more showers as we get into the day on Sunday. So for tonight, 36 degrees, but there should be like a few areas localized that will drop down at or below freezing, especially if you do remain under mostly clear skies. I'm thinking gradual increase in cloud cover overnight tonight. For tomorrow, high temperature near 50 degrees, south and southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour, bringing in some of that milder air. Interesting to note, take a look at these temperatures for the next 7 days. They are all going to be anywhere from about 47 to 50, 51 degrees, very consistent across the board. I guess there's a more fluctuation in the overnight low temperatures, but fortunately, Halloween a chance of rain, the weekend a chance of rain. Every time that, we're looking forward to a certain time, Mother Nature's raining on our parade.
But Halloween finally on the 7-day forecast.
It sure is. It's going to be a spooky one.
Rounding out October. All right, Gino, thanks so much. After the break here, it's our NBC 26 Cares Report. Meet a local couple helping hundreds of people with threads of hope. A Nina couple changing hundreds of lives in the Philippines through a nonprofit group they created. Stacey Engebretson shows you how Threads of Hope is making a difference in tonight's NBC 26 Cares.
Back in 1998, Christian missionary Alex Culo of Nina had a chance meeting on a beach in Puerto Galera in the Philippines that would change an impoverished community forever.
This was a very common scene. You'd see young girls trying to sell to the foreigner there.
But while selling homemade bracelets, Culo says the children also became targets of sex traffickers.
One of the girls that we knew gave into that temptation, and we haven't seen her since.
To prevent that, Culo befriended a girl on the beach named Alona and gave her $100.
But next time I stepped foot on that beach, she gave me 1,200 bracelets. And I said, no, this is way too many. She said, no, this was a good income for my family for an entire month.
Back in Wisconsin, Culo gave the bracelets to a Bible camp.
They didn't keep any money for themselves. They just handed me $1,000 and said, go back and take care of that family.
So he did.
I gave her $1,000 and her eyes got real wide. I said, I want you to make me $1,000 worth of bracelets. Well, now she had to get her friends and her family to help her.
The cycle continued. Culo began selling the bracelets at local festivals. Then sports teams got on board.
We make it a risk-free fundraiser. They say, we think we can sell 1,000. We send them 1,000. Whatever they sell, they get to keep 50%. Whatever they don't sell, they return. So, and that's how the vast majority of them are sold now.
Culo created the nonprofit organization Threads of Hope in 2003.
Today, we buy about, depending on the exchange rate, between $20,000 and $25,000 worth of bracelets every month from about 700 people.
With 100% of the proceeds going back to the town, they've built a community center, a high school, and a birthing clinic.
A lot of these women, they give birth to their babies in their homes, dirt floors, awful conditions. We have a wonderful facility.
But his wife, Chris, says those who buy the bracelets back home,
Of course, we got the Wisconsin Badgers and Packers,
are also impacted, like one man at the Wisconsin State Fair.
He started getting tears, and Robin said, "Why are you crying?" And he said, "I used to be in the military in the Philippines. I was one of those men." And he said he had since become a Christian, and his life had changed.
Chris and Alex say their goals are simple.
We just want to share Jesus with them.
Protecting children from predators, improving their education and health, providing income and dignity, all through some simple strands of thread.
When you see that their life has been changed from destruction to life and hope, it's so worth it. It's totally worth it.
In the future, the Kulos hope to buy a plot of land and subdivide it out, allowing squatters to make bracelets to pay off their piece of the property that can never be taken away. To learn more about Threads of Hope, go to NBC26.com. Stacey Engebretson, NBC 26.
And the story could be told in yet another way. Threads of Hope has gotten the attention of a filmmaker who's thinking about turning the Kulos story into a movie. Still ahead here for us, the Packers going on the road this week, and in fact, they're going on the road 4 times in the next 5 games. How players need to get ready for all that travel, next.
And now, NBC 26 Sports with sports director Charlie Sakaitis.
Welcome back to the show. If you've been paying attention to the Packers' schedule, you know that this upcoming stretch is one of the most difficult of the season, both in opponent and travel. 4 of the next 5 games are on the road. They'll hit the West Coast in LA this week, the East Coast in Boston next week, and all that globe-trotting can be tough on the body if you're not careful about it.
Your awareness and, taking care of your body, all that stuff has to get heightened even more so now. A lot of traveling, more chances to be dehydrated. Things happen, soft tissue when you're not taking care of yourself. So it's going to be a lot of moving around. So we got to make sure we're handling business when we're on the road. We've done a pretty good job at that historically, so we just got to continue doing what we're doing.
We're going coast to coast here the next couple of weeks, and then going out west after the Miami game, short week. So it's going to put a strain on us, but, we'll just see what the schedule is each week and prepare accordingly. These are the type of games you want to be a competitive team that's playing in January. You got to win some of these games.
Now let's switch things up a little bit. The UW Green Bay women's basketball team has dominated whichever conference they happen to be in over the past 2 decades, winning 20 conference crowns in a row. But after losing stars Jessica Lindstrom and Ali LeClaire, along with a few other parts and pieces, this could be one of the tougher seasons in a while for Coach Borseth and company. The journey beginning with an exhibition game, Stevens Point down to face the Phoenix. Jen Wellnitz taking on the role of senior leader this year. She sets up sophomore Lindsey Robson, and the 3 is nothing but net early on. Following the Green Bay possession, Frankie Wirtz hitting them with the hesitation here. The defenders lose the ball handler, 5-0 Phoenix, and Wirtz not done. Out of bounds play coming, and you know what you call it when you take it as hard as this to the tin? You say she took it to the meat rack. Buckets for days. The Lady Phoenix open on an 11-0 run. They win the exhibition, 94-40. Freshman Anna Brecht, the leading scorer on the night with 16 points. But it'll be interesting to see how Coach Borseth brings this group together over the next month or so. He does believe they need to make a lot of progress, but seems to think they can.
He's doing something right. 20 conference
he's got it
championships
down
in
at
a
this
row.
point, yeah.
All right, Charlie, thanks so much. We'll have some more cooler temperatures on the way. Gino has your forecast next. After another sunny day, more clouds moving in for tomorrow, Gino.
That's right. It won't be too cold, though. At least the cloud cover will keep us a little bit warmer. Temperatures will drop down right around the mid-30s when you head off to the bus stop. And then as you're coming back home, right near 50 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. As we take a look over the coming hours, temperatures will be warming up to the lower 50s, increasing clouds. And then as we turn the page towards Friday, we'll see a little bit of rainfall.
All right, weekend not so great.
Not so great, but at least for me, I'll be sleeping till I don't even know when.
Glass half full.
Yes.
All right, Gino, thanks so much, and thank you for watching. Good night.